Hi, everyone, and welcome to another in a series of conversations with some of our favorite travel partners. We're here to talk about what makes them truly special and to share with you how you can experience amazing vacations with them when travel returns. Over these couple of weeks, we're speaking with some of the best travel companies in their respective categories, like river and ocean cruise lines, destination specialists, small group curated tour providers, and luxury rail vacations. And today, to speak to the last point, we are joined by Jeff Caesar, Southeast U.S. Business Development Manager for Rocky Mountaineer. Hey, Jeff, thanks so much for joining us today. How are you doing?
I'm doing great, Bob, and thank you and all your clients who are watching this. I cannot thank you enough for all of your time and considering an amazing luxury rail vacation like Rocky Mountaineer. I'm looking forward to sharing with you everything I know and hopefully answer many questions they may have.
Well, I have to tell you, anytime I do a travel talk, for instance, I do one called Trends in Travel, and one of the trends is what was old is new again. And rail travel is one of those that falls into that bucket alongside glamour camping. And every time I bring up the Rocky Mountaineer video, pretty much everybody goes, okay, when can I do that, right? I mean, it's just amazing. And my family, I was talking to my family about this video interview series, talking to them about Rocky Mountaineer, and they all oohed and awed about it as well. So it's definitely a high point of interest. Give us an introduction to the Rocky Mountaineer brand, if you don't mind.
I don't mind at all. Happy to. So, Rocky Mountaineer is a train and tour operator based in the Canadian Rockies. We're a luxury, fine dining, seamless travel experience where you never sleep on board. You're going to stay in hotels every night because if you're sleeping, you're missing the sights, the scenery, the wildlife, the wilderness. We've been doing this for 30 years. Privately owned. You can see on your screen right here, this is where we're located, having 3 different routes taking you from Vancouver over into the beautiful Canadian Rockies, places like Banff, Lake Louise, Jasper. You notice a dotted green line on your screen between Jasper, Lake Louise, and Banff. That's the Columbia Icefield Parkway, been voted the most scenic highway in the world. I'm telling you, if you have never traveled up to the Canadian Rockies or even up to parts of British Columbia and Alberta, it's just breathtakingly beautiful places, so close to home that you should all definitely put this on your bucket list of places to travel during the near future, which is, I think, a good idea to do.
Absolutely, absolutely. No, that's really neat. And again, I talk to folks about luxury rail travel in the Canadian Rockies, and everybody's attention is peaked pretty quickly. Um, Tell us a little bit. I love the fact, by the way, that you have two different service levels, distinct service levels. Can you tell us a little bit about Silverleaf versus Goldleaf?
More than happy to. So, as you can see on your screen, Silverleaf is a single-story car, panoramic views with an arched window at the top. You have an outdoor vestibule area to go outside anytime you like, get a breath of fresh air, take pictures and video, not miss anything happening outside of the train car anytime throughout the whole entire time you're on board the train car. And that holds up to 6 people on Silverleaf comfortably. Inside the train car itself, you're looking at having 3 hosts or hostesses who are going to handle the history, the cultural facts, storytelling and jokes, keeping you entertained, aware, and up to date of what's coming up ahead. You have all-inclusive alcohol. So during your entire trip, you can drink to your heart's content. But remember, as you go up in elevation, that 1 glass of wine could be more like 3, and it could be the most expensive nap of your life. I'm just joking. I hope you're laughing. Thanks for laughing, Bob. But I
Awesome.
do see people sometimes doze off after a big meal with this amazing food that we serve on board. And I'm just telling you all to get your good sleep in and not sleep because it does turn into a very expensive nap. When it comes to food on board Silverleaf, we have Michelin trained chefs cooking made to order food literally a few feet away from where you're sitting. These will be delivered to your seat, plated at your seat. And on Silverleaf, you're looking at 1 to 2 appetizer options, 2 to 3 entree options, and a dessert option that changes daily for breakfast, lunch, sometimes dinner, pending your itinerary. It's really an amazing experience. Now, if you want to switch aside to Gold Leaf, I can definitely talk a little bit more. And you can see the differences between Silverleaf and Gold Leaf. Gold Leaf is that's still single. You can see it on the outside and everything. And
There's
there we
Gold.
go. Gold Leaf, 2-story car compared to 1 story, 360-degree dome windows on the top level, You have an outdoor veranda space here that holds up to 16 people, 3 times the size larger than what you have on Silverleaf. You notice these big picture windows underneath the word Mountaineer. That is where you'll be dining. So instead of eating at your seat like you would on Silverleaf, you have a full dining area. And underneath the word Rocky, where there are no picture windows, that is the kitchen. It's about 3 times the size larger than what we have on Silverleaf. And I'll circle back to food in just a little bit. First, when it comes to the top level of the Gold Leaf car, you have that, once again, 360-degree dome windows. You have all-inclusive alcohol, just as you would on Silverleaf. You have 4 hosts as opposed to 3. And on the outdoor veranda space, this is my favorite part of the car. It's you have speakers to hear the commentary of what's being offered inside. It really just allows you to get outside and have a lot more space. Once again, 3 times the size larger than which we have on Silverleaf, to be able to just take in the fresh forest smells, to see the wildlife and wilderness up close. Now, circling back to the food, once again, we're going to have world-class chefs. They're Michelin-trained chefs on our trains cooking made-to-order food. But on Gold Leaf, since the kitchen is 3 times the size larger, you're going to get a lot more variety of options to choose from. For example, 2 to 3 appetizer options, 5 to 6 entree options, and multiple dessert options to change daily for all of your meals. So big difference between Silverleaf and Gold Leaf. Both are incredible, but definitely some big differences right there.
Wow. All right, so Jeff, I have a confession to make.
Mhm.
Until very recently, I imagined or assumed that Rocky Mountaineer is pretty much just a summer experience option, but that's really not true at all, is it?
No, it's something that people definitely do think about. I mean, they think where we're located, and they think you can't really travel up there for all the different times. But when it comes to when we operate from mid-April to mid-October, and there are pluses to every time of the season, pending when you travel with us. In April, May, beginning of June, it's the end of hibernation. So statistically, you get a lot more wildlife at this time. There's more snow present on the mountains, ice on the lakes. Temperatures in mid-May are around I would say 70s during the day and mid 60s at night. In the summer, it's the best weather, hands down. You're looking at temperatures being in the mid 80s. Everything's lush green, everything's in bloom. It's not surprising to go for a month or two without seeing a single drop of rain. So very dry and just beautiful weather. And then when it comes to the autumn, the fall time, it's all about the fall foliage with the leaves changing color. This lights up the sides of the mountains, offering spectacular, vibrant colors. Really, around mid-September, it's around the same temperatures that you find in mid-May, mid-70s or mid-60s at night. My personal opinion, the best time to travel is either May or September. And it's not just because of the wildlife and not just because of the fall foliage, but something that I think we're seeing a lot of. And I'd like to kind of talk to this real quick in regards to the demands. Many times, July and August is our peak season. And if you want to limit the amount of crowds and traffic and congestion you may have, traveling in May or September can definitely thin out the crowds in a big, big way. And in regards to demand, what I just started to touch on, Canada is seeing a huge amount of demand. These are some great reasons for you to consider perhaps traveling to Canada and maybe visit Rocky Mountaineer over the near future. So first, in this crazy world we live in, Canada is a place deemed safe. Knock on wood. Hopefully it stays that way. The US versus Canadian currency is at an incredible discount. You're looking at around between 20 and 25%. So you get a lot of bang for your buck by heading up north. Brings me to my third point. In regards to logistics, Canada is a country a lot closer than other countries and continents where we live in. So it's easier and more economical to get to where your vacation begins. Plus, I'm sure that due to this current state that we're in, the pandemic, many people are going to want to stay closer to home. Maybe travel places they feel more comfortable with, not going so far overseas, not be stuck on a boat or a ship. With Rocky Mountaineer, we're going to try to limit the amount of crowds we're definitely moving forward with. We're going to be checking everyone's temperatures on and off the motor coach. So the first thing you do is if you're getting on the motor coach, we're going to separate you throughout that motor coach as safe as possible, giving a lot of space, separate you on the train car, and we're even going to limit the amount of crowds. We'll have you walk through our train station at the beginning, but we're not going to have people congregate and wait in the train station. Probably walk through, maybe grab a glass of champagne, listen to some music being played, and then head straight over to the train car and hop on your car, limiting, once again, the amount of crowds. It's all about adapting to the current state of the world is in. The last big point, because I did say 4, and I wasn't just going off on a tangent there, we are so unique and different. If you've done a river cruise, an ocean cruise, an all-inclusive, and looking for something, once again, close to home, unique and different, we fit that niche extremely well. And that's why the demand has just become extremely popular for especially the near future 2021 and 2022 seasons.
Yeah, I totally agree. I mean, I think we all intuitively know that travelers who are dying to get away are going to want to get away closer initially rather than farther away. And this is a phenomenal alternative. Regardless of COVID-19, it's an amazing vacation opportunity for sure. Hey, Jeff, you all have three distinct itineraries that you run, right?
Correct. That's correct. Yes. And you want me to kind of talk a little bit more about those? Oh, this is
Please,
about the
yes.
tours. So real quick, since we're just on these tours and everything, just to give a little bit of background here, and I'll go right over to the different itineraries, just so you're aware how we operate all of our tours. And if there's one thing you can hold on to the short time we're talking together, remember customization. Customization is really key when it comes to working with Rocky Mountaineer. Know that we will handle all the hotels, the transfers, the tours, the meals, everything except airfare. But the best thing about us is how customizable we are, where you can choose between 3-star properties and 5-diamond resorts. Add nights, take away nights, add tours, take away tours, work with your budget. That's the best thing about Rocky Mountaineer. It may not be the best price point for every single person, but you can work with your budget. Choose, a Marriott, a Hampton Inn, a Holiday Inn, a Sheraton, a Hyatt. Bring your price down of hotels to a much lower level. Upgrade on the train because that's your main vacation point. Do some amazing tours and then downgrade in different hotels. Everything is customizable. When it comes to tours, like you see on your screen, what we have done is bundled or built in the most popular, raved about tours. For example, the Ice Explorer takes you onto Athabasca Glacier so you can go play in the snow. Gondola rides taking the tops of multiple peaks and summits throughout the Canadian Rockies area. You can take a day trip or spend several nights over at Victoria Island and go visit Butchart Gardens, or do a helicopter tour, taking you getting a bird's eye view of all the lakes and glaciers below and everything. But perhaps you're scared of heights and a helicopter tour is something you don't want to pay for or do. All you got to do is tell Bob, remove the helicopter tour, put another tour in its place, or remove the helicopter tour in its entirety and just get a credit. Because even though that doesn't show there's a value, a part of these tours, there is. And so you can bring the price down by once again doing tours and doing the different itineraries that you find that makes the most sense. So that's really a big thing I want to make sure you're all aware of. When it comes to the itineraries, 3 different itineraries. And do you have that map we had? There it is. There we're getting them. Journey Through the Clouds. Perfect. This is my favorite one-way trip. It's called Journey Through the Clouds Explorer. This route takes you on 2 days on the Rocky Mountaineer from Vancouver to Kamloops up to Jasper. Just to also share a few more differences and points, which I think is really helpful. We're all trying to learn a little bit more about Rocky Mountaineer. You might be more familiar with other trains out there like Amtrak or Via Rail. But please know these trains are very different from Rocky Mountaineer. First, you sleep on board the majority of these trains. With Rocky Mountaineer, never sleep on board. When it comes to speed, the average speed Amtrak and Via Rail is a commuter train taking you to point A to point B in Canada. So in case you didn't know what Via Rail was, the average speed for Amtrak and Via Rail is 60 to 75 miles an hour, where Rocky Mountaineer's average speed is 30 to 35 miles an hour. And we slowed down to less than 5 miles an hour for the bridges, the waterfalls, the wildlife, the wilderness. Another big difference and big point are the tracks that we use. No other passenger train is allowed on these same train tracks that we're utilizing. So we're taking you some very unique places in front of amazing waterfalls. On this route, the Journey Through the Clouds Explorer, you go by Pyramid Falls, by Mount Robson, the biggest mountain and peak in all of Canada, over some amazing bridges. And the best thing about the Journey Through the Clouds, after 2 days on the Rocky Mountaineer train, you spend several nights in the Canadian Rockies, heading down the Columbia Icefield Parkway, and you can do it as a one-way trip, head right over to Calgary and fly home from there. Another great route, if you'd like to bring this up, Bob, the next slide, I believe it's going to be the Grand Circle. Yep, I guessed it. This Grand Circle combines the other 2 different routes that we actually have with Rocky Mountaineer. The red route that you see on your screen is the first passage to the west. 2 days on the Rocky Mountaineer train taking you over to Lake Louise and Banff. The green route is 3 days on the Rocky Mountaineer train. Customization is key. If it's a matter of days that you only have so many days, then maybe a round trip may not be the best. But if you do have time on your side, the Grand Rail Circle is my favorite round trip. 5 days on the Rocky Mountaineer train. You first head eastbound, taking the red route from Vancouver over to Banff. You're spending 7 nights in the Canadian Rockies. So many amazing different tours, unique experiences that you're going to take place here. And then you head back, all new routes, never repeating anything you saw the day before or a couple of days before. It's really a check mark on the beautiful Canadian Rockies. And the best thing about all of these routes, we have 1 to 2 minute videos on every single route, 1 to 2 minute videos on our service levels. And you know where to see these? You just have it right here. Go to Bob. Bob has all of this here for you, ready to share. And you can watch these at a time that works best for you, but he has all the links, all this different information that I'm sharing with you now. You can easily reach out to him and know you're working with a preferred partner of Rocky Mountaineer. He is a pro. And if you do stump him, which is understandable, he needs to know everything about everything. But if you stump him, I'm in his back pocket to be utilized, and I'll be there to help out as soon as possible. So definitely you're working such a great preferred partner of ours. You're in great hands. But the videos, Bob has all of these, and I'm sure he's happy to share with you as soon as you ask.
Absolutely. We have one more itinerary, is that right?
Well,
Nope.
those are 2 different itineraries. There was all
Oh,
three:
yes.
the red
Okay.
route, the green route, and the blue route.
That's
So
that's right, of course.
yes,
So I just stole my own thunder by shifting the slide too quickly there, Jeff, but
you're
um,
good.
understand you have a special offer to share with us today.
I do. So I was saying this before. 2021. I want to make you all aware that during this COVID tough time. A lot of companies are struggling. We are in survival mode. Um, we're doing a lot of things to help the cash flow and everything to make sure that we are going to be here for 2021. I'm seeing a ton of demand for 2021. I'm praying that we'll have a cure and a vaccine by the end of this year. And if it may not be our country that comes out first, whatever country brings it out first, I'm praying that this will definitely be put behind us in the very near future. But 2021 is upon us. We have the way we operate. Please know that Rocky Mountaineer does not discount. We don't rebate. We don't work with companies like Costco. Even though I love Costco, we don't have any partnership with them because we don't discount. The only thing that does change are our promos. And our promos are also very easy to understand. It's the richest added value at the beginning of the season, and we only decrease as we get closer. So you book early, you get more bang for your buck. You book later, you're missing out on free added value you could have gotten if you booked early. So currently, between now and August 28th, if you book 7 nights or longer, you're getting the richest promo for the entire 2021 season. Up to 4 offers, 7 nights or longer. It's 2 free hotel nights, a free limo transfer, either to or from the airport, and a free dinner at your hotel choice. The only thing you need to do to put down a deposit is just $25 to hold your deposit to get up to $800 in added value. After, I just want to be honest with all of you, after August 28th, it will drop to 3 perks. After January 1st, it will be 2 perks. After April 1st of 2021, it's 1 perk. So once again, book early, you get more bang for your buck. Our pricing will not change. I'm seeing a ton of demand for the 2021 season. So if you feel that you want to travel closer to home, try something unique, try something different, go visit the beautiful Canadian Rockies. Really consider it now. You have until August 28th to get the most bang for your buck and guaranteed to be on there with some great, amazing experiences. If you wait till later, inventory becomes an issue. Hotels are sold out. You may not be able to go on the dates you really want to go or stay at the hotels you really want. So we still have plenty of space right now. This is the most opportunistic time to take advantage of the richest offer for the next year's season. So,
Excuse me, Jeff, that is a really rich offer. And as a travel advisor, we really appreciate the fact that you guys are making offers like that, incentives like that available to get people thinking about what they can look forward to. And I have a feeling that Rocky Mountaineer is going to be a very popular option for 2021 as travelers are ready to get away, but would like to stay maybe a little closer to home than some of the other options available to them. So, hey, we certainly have a lot to look forward to. Very much appreciate our partnership with you, Jeff, and with Rocky Mountaineer. Thank you so much for joining us today.
It's a pleasure. I want to thank all of you for taking the time to watch this. Education is key. And you honestly, once again, have such a great person in the travel business, Bob. He is a pro at this. I'm so thankful that he's able to kind of do this with all different types of suppliers out there and make you aware of what is available to take advantage of and to get the best deals. I mean, you're not going to stop vacationing moving forward. Things will change. They're going to work themselves out. And you might just have to kind of change what vacations you do over the near future as opposed to not vacationing at all. We all need a break from the real life, right? And I'm happy to give you as much information and share everything I know about this incredible vacation in the Canadian Rockies. So really wishing you all safety and health. And Bob, thank you so much for putting this together. I really appreciate it.
You bet. Thank you again. And hey, for those of you that are watching, join us again next week as we interview yet another one of our favorite travel partners. Thank you all so much. Have a great day. Excellent, sir.